Mr. Hughes envisages Guyana is on the cusp of development that is rarely seen around the world. He is advocating the adaptation of a careful plan and strategy by government regarding the course of action the administration will take with the revenue garnered from the oil and gas, adding that 30 years down the line, when the wells are dry, the country must look back and be proud of what it has achieved from its oil resources.
For Guyana, the question is, how do we make our oil into an economic lubricant and not a combustible substance? Oil must be seen as a catalyst allowing the government to achieve the sustainable development goals and the private sector to contribute to economic growth. Key for Guyana is the need for the private sector to be an engine of growth and for the oil income to be translated into a number of vibrant new sectors. The state cannot do this.
He posited that while government can create an enabling environment, it is the private sector that has to create the lion's share of jobs and, by extension, growth.
With production scheduled for 2020, we are probably 2 years behind where we should be in our preparation for the new industry. The government has provided a general, broad framework for the development of a green economy, but without too many specifics. With this relatively untouched canvas, the private sector must chart a course which will deliver the returns and create the value for the country and itself.
Mr. Hughes says now that Guyana knows where it is headed in a few years' time, the journey must commence with where the country is and what is possible in the short and long term.
There are a few critical elements of a stable, long-term, sustainable development which we should also consider to be included. Growth, which is inclusional. No region or section of society must be left behind. That is the sustainable development goal number 1, zero poverty. 2, power to the people. Economic studies have shown the transformative impact that cheap power has on all the lives of the citizens of a country, particularly the poor.
It is estimated that $380 million will be added to the country's coffers within the first 3 years of production. And even with low oil prices, Mr. Hughes predicts that the government's budget could be doubled by 2025 with the inflow of oil revenues. Roy and James, HGP Nightly News.